Welcome to the Monday kickoff, everyone. Hope you guys are having an amazing start of the week. As usual, this is another Raid Shadow Legends video, and we have everyone's favorite game mode starting tomorrow. And guess what? It is featuring personal rewards. Now, personally, I wouldn't mind if we would have these rewards every single time. Hell, I would take this every single CVC, even though I have to work a bit harder to get the PR rewards done. Basically, we have a reflex gear, we have a couple of crit damage pieces right here. Nothing really changed on this part. But when you are going at personal rewards, you're gonna see that everybody in the tiers got an upgrade. Tier 1 is actually getting 5-star epic gear. Tier 2 is getting 5-star legendary. Tier 3 is getting 6-star epic. Tier 5 is getting 6-star epic as well. Tier 5, 6-star legendary, and Tier 6, baby, we are getting mythical gear, finally, and we're not getting only 2 pieces of gear, which was the crit damage set before, we're actually getting 2 pieces of speed gear as well, so who knows, maybe your penta quad on speed is hiding in one of these pieces, or maybe, you know what, maybe mine is hiding in there, because I still don't have a quad. But these are the new rewards, guys. They added a 6-star speed glyph as well. Hopefully, they will stay like this for every single PR CVC, because everybody got a bit of an upgrade, you know, so that's for everybody. Now, as usual, we're not gonna have a CVC without having a 10x or a summoning event, right, which we're gonna cover in just a second. And the whole idea is that, yes, maybe they increase the rewards to make people summon more, but either way, most of the people don't really get their points from summoning. At least that's what I think. I don't usually get my 400k points from summoning, you know. I don't know about the majority of you guys, but it's pretty hard to get that done, you know. We covered other things as well in the previous video, guys, and yes, we got a Sun Wukong today. Awesome champion. I've already released a guide on him. Feel free to check it out if you want to see how to build a champion. And of course, I will be releasing another video on him, most probably tomorrow, on a totally different build with a different strategy in mind, and see if he's gonna be much better than on the current build, you know? Very curious to see if I'm gonna make him shine even more, but he's an amazing champion. That being said, let's move over to the 10x event, guys. I do want to specify, 10x events are almost worthless. The whole idea is that you're having so many champions in the game, guys, that they barely make any difference whatsoever. On top of it, the chances to summon legendaries and epics are completely miserable without the 2x event. A 0.5% chance to summon a legendary, an 8% chance to summon an epic from Ancients and Voids. Of course, Sacreds, they have a slightly better chance all around, but either way, getting the 10x champion is extremely hard because you have so many champions. Now we know why Plarium don't want to change these events. There's still a lot of people constantly opening shards during 10x events, and we know why they created a new system instead of improving the 10x events. They've created the Prism Crystals event rather than improving the 10x chances because they became more common now. We have a 10x event twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, and they're every single week, and that means that a lot of people open shards. Now, I don't personally have a problem with having too many events in the game. I started playing this game when we had 0 events whatsoever and was miserable, okay? I don't need to complete every single event, and hell, I don't need to participate in every single event. So complaining of having too many events is kind of like going at a supermarket and complaining that they have too many bottles of water, or complaining that they have too much bread, you know? You have too much bread on the shelf. It's just a pointless, irrelevant complaint because you don't need to buy all the bread or the water, so you don't need to participate in every single event in Raid Shadow Legends. But I do understand in a way that they're kind of like mentally putting a bit of pressure on people where, oh, I gotta participate in this, I wanna participate in this, I wanna participate in this. I get it, like I feel like this sometimes too, but you know what, you just gotta have a bit of self-control and be like, okay, I'm not gonna participate in this event, I'm gonna wait for that specific event that I wanna participate in. Even though all these are tempting, I don't wanna take part in them. It's as simple as that, guys. But I understand that it can be frustrating sometimes, especially for some people, you know. But that being said, 10x champions. This Tuesday, August 29th, we're planning to launch a special 10x event to summon the following champions from Ancient, Sacred, and Void shards. This event will last for 48 hours. So basically, Tuesday and Wednesday, guys. Now, the champions that we are going to have on the 10x, starting with the Void Legendaries, of course, is going to be no one else but Mr. Warlord. Mr. Special. Warlord is still one of the most powerful champions in the game, even though we did got Yumeko and we have many other champions that kind of like mess with his mojo. He's still a very strong one. With A1 attacks one enemy, has a chance to increase the duration of all debuffs on the target. I'll be honest, nobody cares about this on him. Literally nobody cares about this on him. Everybody cares about Orcish Rituals. On a 4-turn cooldown, fully booked, attacks all enemies and puts all the enemy skills on a maximum cooldown. Okay, basically it locks you up. If he is faster than your team, is constantly gonna keep you locked on most of your skills. Then, fully booked will have a 60% chance to fully deplete each target's turn meter, which is the most annoying part ever, because if he completely depletes your turn meter every time he's using this skill, he's definitely gonna mess your entire mojo up. The A2 places block debuffs on all allies for 1 turn, places a shield buff on all allies equal to 30% of this champion's max HP, and heals all allies by 25% of their max HP, which is definitely pretty nuts. We have a resistance aura for all battles, 80 resistance. All around, Warlord is a true monster. Just brings so many things to the team. Definitely a solid champion, and if you don't have him, I wish you luck to get him whenever you're opening voids. Doesn't need to be tomorrow. The next champion that we have on the 10x, guys, that will be the next Void Legendary. This time around, we have 2 Void Legendaries. And man, I would kill for a second one. Nakret the Great. What a beast of a champion, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute monster. Nakret is one of the best champions in the game and requires the lowest amount of legendary skill tomes in the game for any legendary champion. 6 legendary skill tomes. That's it. No more, no less. With A1 attacks an enemy 3 times, has a chance to land decrease attack. You don't need accuracy for it. With A2 teams up with all the allies that have ally protection placed by this champion on them, and they will all use the default skill. If you are not killing an enemy after the attack, it grants Nakret an extra turn. This will be on a 4-turn cooldown fully booked. The A3, on a 3-turn cooldown fully booked, places a block debuffs, an ally protection, and a strengthen buff on all allies. The ally protection cannot be removed. This skill right here is so freaking powerful, guys, because you're protecting your teammate. But the main thing that really makes Nakret super powerful are the passives. So some of the best passives in the game, actually. Whenever an ally is attacked while under an ally protection buff placed by this champion, places a shield buff on the ally equal to 30% of this champion's max HP. So think about, you have, I don't know, 100k HP. You're gonna get 30k HP on your nuker or whatever champion is protected by him, which is very, very nice. Occurs only if the ally doesn't have a shield buff placed by this champion. Also, decreases the cooldown of this champion's Legion of the Damned skill by 2 turns if the shield buff is placed. So that's awesome, right? The Legion of the Damned skill is the A2. The other passive places a block debuffs and a strengthen buff for 3 turns on the ally with the lowest max HP at the start of the round. Also places an ally protection buff on them for 6 turns. The ally protection buff cannot be removed. Now, there are a few options on how you can build your Nakret. Either Stone Skin, either Bolster. Protection Nakret is not really a thing anymore, but you know what? Stone Skin or Bolster are the best things, and I preferably like to have Stone Skin because of Taras and the fear, but Bolster is a very, very solid option. And then you have a resistance aura for all battles, 60 resistance. The next champion that we have on the 10x, guys, is no one else but the one and only Big Shakalaka Prince Kaimar. Still a monster, amazing for speedruns. For Arena, he is pretty good as well. Now, for high-end arena, it's not as powerful as it used to be before, but you can have a higher resistance Kaimar with some accuracy too, and especially for live arena, he can be really powerful. For classic arena, for platinum during reset, I don't really find him very helpful, honestly. But all around, he's still very useful for arena, especially for the lower tiers. And how I mentioned, for wave clearing and speed runs, he's absolutely amazing. AoE on the A1 with a chance to land the poison if the attack is critical. With the A2 attacks all enemies, removes all buffs, places a sleep debuff for 1 turn on a 3-turn cooldown. And Seal of Magic resets the cooldowns of all skills. Fills the turn meter of all allies except this champion by 20% on a 6-turn cooldown. And you have one of the best speed auras in the entire game for arena, 30% speed. Very, very nice. Pretty good stats on Kaimar. And yeah, you have him built on Stone Skin with resistance, perception. Immunity is kind of like dead. Honestly, the immunity set went to crap since the Stone Skin has been added to the game. And if you want to build him for a PvE, so many different builds, honestly. It really depends what exactly you're planning to do with him. Shield, if you need more buffs for Seer, or maybe you want to give him damage. Honestly, it's up to you, depending on what you're planning to do with him. Then we have the last champion for the 10x, guys, and it's going to be no one else but the lovely Harima. With the A1 attacks one enemy, has a chance to run decrease attack, and then to put it on the other enemies if the attack is critical. With the A2 attacks one enemy 3 times, each hit decreases the target's defense by 5, stacks up to 30%, and each hit increases the defense of the champion by 5%, stacking up to 100%, which is just nuts. Instantly activates the A3 if you kill an enemy with this skill. The A3 attacks all enemies, places a provoke debuff for 1 turn. This debuff cannot be blocked or resisted if the target champion is from the Demon Spawn faction. Harima really destroys the Demon Spawn faction, not only because of this, but the passive. So the first part of the passive, enemy ignores defense effect. The first part of the passive, enemy ignore defense effects, are decreased by 50%. Champions from the Demon Spawn faction cannot inflict critical hits on this champion. This champion cannot land weak hits on champions from the Demon Spawn faction. Very, very nice. You have a resistance aura for arena battles, 80 resistance. Now, Harima is an amazing damage dealer, guys. She's an amazing tank as well, if that's what you're trying to do with her. But for arena, I would strongly suggest you build her on a Savage and a crit damage set. Build her on a Savage and a perception set. Build her on Savage with something. Now, Savage can be a lethal set as well. I'm calling them both Savage because that's how I'm used to call the Savage. Savage because it's a Savage set dealing Savage damage, you know. Of course, Instinct can work as well if you don't have a solid Savage or a lethal one. But that's pretty much everything for today's video. This is the 10x event that we have, and that was all for the video. Much love, appreciate all of you guys watching. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all soon in the next one. Peace.